Hello and welcome to Efra.ws, and it's time now for the finals and the semi-finals and the interviews and everything else that makes up 1/8 Off-Road IC European Championships. So semi-1, and watch that man running down, he'll be important later. So off for a clean start in this first semi-final, straight 6 through from each of the two races get into the 12-man final, and off they go, and Jerome Igon makes a very clean start. In fact, it's pretty much as you were. Darren Bloomfield dropped a couple of places, but a clean start for all the 11 apart from the flamed out Miguel Matias, whose mechanic we saw rushing down the pit lane, as you'll find out, illegally, as they hop through the ski jump. Again, we can see everyone very happily away, and it was actually a relatively uneventful race, apart from in this particular incident, which was very bad news for my hope that someone from Britain would win, because third qualifier Darren Bloomfield had a double flame out. This is the second one. He thinks it was caused by a clutch issue, but effectively one flame out in this very, very tight field is going to completely end your chance of winning anything. There's Dave Spashik, world champion at 12th, we talked to yesterday, trying to fix it, and Darren looking remarkably relaxed and resigned, but that's his chance of European glory gone. So straight now towards the end of the race, and Jerome Igon just stroked it home, not really challenged, and looking very, very strong for the final, which will be coming up in a couple of minutes. In second place, we had David Rutherford, the young Swede. I think you're going to see him now. And behind him was Neil Cragg, the world finalist in the electric off-road, and Robert Battle. But the big issue was the fact that Miguel Matias was excluded and then let back in again. So semi-B, and again all the action at the start. This time it's Marcus Guske, the pole man, who's flamed on the start. He's a very intelligent pit guy though, actually waiting for the start, ran over, caught the timing beam and didn't incur the penalty which Miguel got and then didn't get in the last one for running down the track. But again, a clean start, and it's the guy in two, Daniel Reckwood, who went out, the German, the European champion of past. Guske then had to fight his way back from absolutely dead last, in the top six, and this is actually him taking sixth from Jerome Sartell. So fantastic performance by Marco. He had the speed, fastest car on the track by a very long way on many of the laps. And in fact, it was Martin Bayer who got the battle of a race-long battle with Daniel Reckwood. Martin there not normally more careful on that little spin off the track. But the Czechoslovakian, of course, is the European large-scale touring car champion already, as you see at FWS, was that far ahead of Daniel Reckwood at the end, with Jorn Newman in third, and here is the young German, and Jerome Sartell, Guske and Boots were 4, 5 and 6, and they were fighting the whole way through. In fact, there's Elliot Boots on the pit wall going, why is my car in sixth? The reason was you crashed on the last lap, Elliot. Now, off to the final. And on pole, it is Jerome Igon from France. It's Martin Bayer, the current reigning European large-scale touring car champion a couple of weeks ago. In second, it's third, it's David Rutherford, the young Swede. Fourth, Daniel Reckwood, the much older German. Fifth, Neil Cragg, of course, a world champion with the electric cars. In sixth, Robert Battle. In seventh, it's Jorn Neumann with the Durango. In eighth, it's Yannick Igon, brother of our poles. In ninth and facing entirely the wrong way, it's Jerome Sartell. Hope we saw that before the race starts. 10th, it is the unlucky Marcel Guske after that flame in the last semi-final. 11th is Elliot Boots, and bringing up the rear is Miguel Martin back after appeal. So they are about to get underway for what will be 45 minutes of intense racing. Cars down. 3, 2, 1 is the way the German flag we lift in there off and around, and slightly hesitant start from Jerome, but he's still got down the lead. And it's a very clean start, all 12 cars getting away reasonably well. There's a little bit of a bouncing carnage as we go, but very quickly we established what would be the pattern for the entire race, and that was 3 cars battled throughout the entire 45 minutes to become European champion. That was Jerome Igon, you see here, Robert Battle battling, and Daniel Reckwood in the blue and white car. Those 3 cars, really all you need to know about this final, because it's all about them. So, ending up the first lap there is Jerome has a nice, comfortable lead. A bit further on, and as he's battling very closely now, it's Jerome from Robert Battle, the Spaniard, and the closest, and Danny Reckwood there managed to get through and tangled them again. The stewards letting that one go. Dallas and the German referee, they were very tough throughout all the semi-finals and finals, laying out the penalties, probably quite rightly, and it meant that we had some very clean racing indeed. But it's Igon leading now from Reckwood. Battle has dropped back after those coming together. As they climb through the circuit, this is the up-down for the ski jump. There we go, and we're coming now into the first pit stop phase, and it turned out this would become more significant than we thought, as Igon gets some fuel, comes out and actually takes out Robert Battle. Now, this was one of the things the stewards took a dim view of, and in fact, what happens now is Igon gets a stop-go penalty. So he actually goes into the pits, which drops him down to net third behind Danny Reckwood, but when the fuel strategies had wound itself out, it's Danny who now led, and he would lead for several laps until that accident was let through Jerome Igon. We're now about 15 minutes in. Now, what was happening here? Beginning to work out, in fact, that both Jerome and Danny were on a very, very similar fuel strategy, about 7.5 minutes. But behind them, it looked like Robert Battle from Spain was able to go much further on a tank full, and he could be able to drop 1, possibly even 2 pit stops. So would the stagger round wind allow Robert Battle to win, or would the greater speed and fluidity of Jerome get him through? But anyway, back now in the up the level, we see at this point as the stagger comes in and goes out of the pit stop. It's now Robert Battle fighting to catch up to Danny Reckwood and take second place. Danny goes into pits, and by his pit stop, that's actually it's Robert Battle into second place. He's now second behind Jerome Igon. Jerome still got the pace. Jerome at this point was building up a reasonable lead, but it was, it's coming and going as the stops change. Coming back a bit later on, we see that Jerome is just slightly ahead after a stop from Robert, so he's now actually made 1 more stop than Robert has, which is hence the reason that Robert's slightly slow. And Robert, look, stops, doesn't want to overtake him, and then because of that, because we didn't get a stop-go penalty, Danny Reckwood gets in at this point now with about 10-12 minutes to go. All 3 of them, as you can see, are covered by the same single camera shot. It's Danny from Jerome from Robert, and they are that close. And at this point, we had no idea. We did feel that in his back pocket, Robert might just have an advantage on those pit stops. This is his last pit stop, 10 minutes to go. Robert will now go in. It's everything to play for. All 3 cars effectively were running level. It was now who could do the best last 10 minutes would win the European Championships. We now pick up with Romain sprinting towards making that. And that mistake coming in here, you look, he jumps off the ski jump, and this is when he goes into the pits. That mistake coming into that pit stop is what ended up losing the lead overall. Now, first of all, Danny Reckwood, he'll come out. Now, Danny Reckwood is taking the lead over, but he has 1 stop to make. Robert Battle doesn't. Can he get in? Can he get out and stay ahead of Robert Battle? But it looks like the fuel goes in fantastically fast, filling these cars. But as you go around, he's coming. Is he ahead? That's Yannick Igon, the brother of the current 3rd place man, in fact. But look, no, Robert Battle's got just ahead, and Robert, through that fuel strategy and great driving, has managed to put a lead which he was not to lose. He pushed through all the way to the end with some fantastic running. He got kept clean. The last 6-7 minutes he was controlling the gap and letting the others push, and they couldn't quite catch him. But he comes down to take the checkered flag, and I'm fantastically excited. He's his 2nd European champion. Robert Battle of Spain takes the European championship, and I think he's quite happy.
Yeah, I'm so excited. It's perfect. Just we work a lot during all week with a lot of different conditions, with different things that make me stronger, so it's perfect right now. It's perfect.
You got it. Great driving, but a great fuel strategy as well. You had to do less stops than everyone else.
Yeah, with Nova Rossi, we were working about 9-minute refueling, and we found it. We put it here, and we win it, so it's perfect.
I did some mistake in the end of the main. I'm very happy. 2nd position, it's my first podium in European Championship. It was very, very close between Danny and Robert and me, but I'm very happy, very happy.
It was a long time ago that I was on the podium at the European. We won 3 Europeans and 1 World, and it's a long time ago. So it was for me a new feeling to stay by the young guys. but we must accept that it was a fantastic final, and it was close together. So congratulations to Robert Battle.
Congratulations indeed to Robert for his 2nd European Championship. Commiserations for Jerome, though. He was pretty much the class to field for, probably 2 out of the 3 days. Danny Reckwood, obviously, we saw very happy to be 3rd. Marcel Guski, fantastic performance in his 1st European for the young German. And the rest you can read as quickly as I can talk about them. Well, the event's all over. What a fantastic victory, and Robert Battle a worthy winner. Well, don't forget to join us next week when Ollie and Nathan will be in Austria for the 1/10 Electric Touring Car Championships, and me and Paul will be at home, and hopefully in something like this, a lovely beer garden somewhere in the country. So join us again on Efra WS throughout the rest of summer for all the remaining European Championships.